Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we are back with some more Genshin Impact. Yeah, today we're back with another event. It's called the what is it? Muddy Bizarre Adventure or something? I don't know. I just like glimpsed at it a little bit, but yeah, I think today we'll be finishing that. I've been putting it off for a while, but I think everything should be unlocked by now, so let's just get it started. Alrighty, here we are. No, this one. Yes, a muddy, bizarre adventure. As you can see, we only have 3 days left, so let's... I already, like, talked to Catherine, was it? She started the quest, and I accidentally talked to her. I don't know if it's, like, for every Catherine, but I talked to the one in Leeway, and she, like, started it, and I was like, wait, I'm not ready. So, I guess we'll miss that part, but as always, it starts out with someone needing a commission from us, so... I guess we'll... Yep, they're all unlocked. Chasm, let's go. Here we are. Who am I supposed to talk to? Says they're down there. Geronimo! Oh, what'd I do to... Ah! Oh well, let me heal her anyway. Let's go. Oh, it's you again! I didn't think the environment here would be so unique. In that case, the energy system of the Persina spike will... Ah, Glitter and Paimon, it's been a while. Why are the two of you here at the Chasm? Actually, I do recall Kadai saying that you'd help the exploration team out a lot. That said, the situation in the Chasm has been worsening. It's no place for a walk in the park. Wait, you don't remember? Oh, come on. Didn't we just meet a short while ago? I mean, I do always end up asking for help, but that's no reason to pretend that you don't recognize me. Ah, forget it. In that case, allow me to introduce myself once again. I am Hosini, a researcher at the academia. I've been working on a device known as the Energy Amplifier, and I even went to Inazuma to do some reference work there. However, I ran out of operating funds for my research, so I had to return to Sumeru. Speaking of which, I did see a bunch of news about Sumeru, so that's pretty exciting. Ah, okay. Paimon thinks she remembers you now. You do? You're Amplifier Man! I'm quite sure that I've never introduced myself as such. Whatever the case, I received a request from a fellow researcher named Kadive. Is it Kadive or Kadive? I owe him a favor regarding research funds from way back, so I'm here at the Chasm to help him solve this problem. Well, I hope that explanation is clear enough, in which case let me ask you the question, why are you two here in the Chasm? Where your backup? Ah, so that's you. And to think I was worried that Kadive mentioned that he was going to get some people to help out. Since it's you, I guess there's nothing to worry about. I must admit that if I were to attempt to resolve the dark mud issue here at the Chasm myself, it would take a lot of time and energy, but with your help, our odds are, well, higher. What do you need us to do? You heard the Persina spike, right? A device that can release energy that disrupts the ley lines. According to my hypothesis, we can place the spike at points where the dark mud is pouring out to disrupt the ley line movements and clear it away. Is the dark mud even related to the ley lines? Well, they did appear based on anomalies in the ley lines, so it is very likely that they are related. That's what Kadaiba and I have discussed anyway. So we can use the spike to disrupt or even close the openings that allow the ley lines here to access external elements, which will stop the dark mud. However, we were previously just using the spikes to disrupt the ley lines. This is the first time I'm using the spikes to seal them. I've done some estimations and adjusted some of the spike's parameters. In theory, nothing should go wrong. But theory is, as you know, ultimately theory, and theories must all be tested. I was just thinking of beginning the initialization process, in fact, but it has some risks. Alright, I'll leave it to you. I will observe from the sides. Cool. Here we are, Oh, I think I remember this. Whoa. The dark mud oozing forth from the ley lines while both nearby monsters. Clear the mud to weaken the creatures and defeat them to prevent the spike from being damaged. Okay, so I'm gonna need to change my team. There we go. I just changed out Beta to Sucrose. Do we start? Hello?
Stand with me! Animal test 6308!
Clear it.
Quiet.
Enhanced animal model
Ah.
75! Yeah! Our bond is strong!
Holy moly. Cleared that one. I need a refill. Oh. No! I pressed the button. Why didn't it work?
Out of my way! Absorption test!
Gotcha. Game's done. Fun's over.
Ah!
Stand with me! Stand clear!
Take out the mage.
Quiet now.
I cleared out the mud. Why are they still strong? Hello?
Swirl, Mark 2!
Retribution!
Purified!
Gotcha.
Animal test 6308!
Ah!
Quiet now.
Okay. I need a refill. Ah!
Animal test 63...
Things are about to get dicey.
Ow!
Bond is strong! I'll settle this!
Come on, we can do this. Was that it? That was kind of intense, y'all. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, holy moly. Kind of weird that they were still strong, even though I took away the mud. Even though I said it wasn't gonna do that. But, I don't know, I guess we'll see. Have to recharge. Did you see that? Didn't you say that theoretically there wouldn't be any problems? The spike wound up causing the dark mud to gush out instead. Is that how it is? Ugh, to think that I did not factor the ground into my calculations. What an error. Factor the ground in your calculations? That's right. Our previous experiments all took place on softer soil, but within the chasm, the medium through which the spike's energy travels is not soil but rock, which has very different properties. This caused a major discrepancy between the earlier calculations and the actual results. Indeed, theory is not a mere matter of imagination. Instead, it must be grounded and proven in reality. This proving process seems kinda dangerous though. Also, why did so much mud come out all at once? Indeed, this place is quite far from the mining complex. So the mud really shouldn't be flowing all the way here. This situation must be more urgent than we imagined. Also, the Persina spike has a definite effect on environments infected by the dark mud. This shows that the mud's proliferation is, as I guess, an issue that stems from the ley lines. This proves the need for experimentation and proof, does it not? Of course, if I had done the experiment myself, I would have wound up being attacked by the monsters. Not that I worry about being injured. That would be small loss compared to any damage that might be done to the Persina spike. How would I answer to our great tutor, Furness? Who is that? Or my fellow researchers in the... How are we gonna attempt to pronounce that word? You should pay more attention to your own safety nonetheless. True, the data we've collected can be used to adjust the results of our calculations. Now, the solutions to these interfering parameters, I believe there are 4 such methods, though there should be only one that will prove most effective. Thank you so much for helping me with this test run. I will make some adjustments to the Persina spike. Later, it can be moved into the mining complex, where operations can then begin. By yourself? Well, no. I had agreed with Kadive to hire some of the local miners here to move it. When they heard that my objective was to resolve the issue of the dark mud, they refused any payment. I've spoken to Kadive and Mooning of the Ministry of Civil Affairs, however. The moral will still go to them as compensation. Of course, I need you to help start the machine up once it reaches its destination. Wait till the next day.
The next day.
Alrighty. Oh, he moved. We made it. Husini, we're back. Ooh, artifact. You're here. Yep, we're here to help. I was just checking the Persina spike. I must say that Leeway's miners are made of stern stuff. Just 2 of them were enough to transport the spike here. But since the spike has some very fine moving parts, I need to check if it has been affected while in transit. In theory, though, everything should be fine. That's what you said last time, too, and nearly got Paimon and Glitter into deep trouble. Well, I did also say that there is a difference between theory and reality. However, I made sure to check everything before you came. Everything has been prepared, and once initialized in an operation, the spike will not need any initial elemental energy input to maintain its charging state. It will just keep charging? Yes. Before, I had to adapt it to Inazuma's environment, and so I modified it such that it can only charge and operate through the use of Electro. Cookie Shinobu! However, that is not the original operating mode for the Persina spike. Originally, it was intended to function in this sort of environment. In fact, this dark mud is its power source. Wait, the mud provides power to the spike? That's right. And that's why the spike is perfectly suited to solving this issue. If you consider it, this dark mud issue we're having in the chasm has both symptom and source, both of which must be resolved. Of these, the source is the ley lines? Exactly. As such, we must nip the problem in the bud by sealing the openings in the ley lines through which the dark mud is spewing out. Of course, the sealing of the ley lines will not completely solve the problem of the dark mud that has already come out. However, the Persina spike has the ability to absorb the energy within the dark mud and decrease its power as a containment. That is what we call fixing the symptoms. This way, the dark mud that has already reached the surface will serve as a power source of the Persina spike. And as the spike continues operation, it will close the ley lines from which the mud is spewing forth. And for those monsters who have been affected by the mud due to long-term exposure, they will lose the enhancements they get from it and be weakened. Oh, that's 3 birds with 1 stone. You know what? This Percy Spikesy is better than Paimon thought. It's called Persuna Spike. Persina's brilliance truly is such that one might also believe that the spike was specifically made to solve problems such as these. If that case of mine is true, then this whole process of solving the dark mud problem could serve as valuable experimental data in the future. Who knows, this research might even allow me to discover some hitherto unknown principles behind how Persina could affect the ley lines using certain devices. The subject has great value, honestly. If I could win the Academia's Academia's prize with this, that would be wonderful. Cavicavas prize. This is a prize that the Academia gives out especially to young researchers. Every year, the sages will go over the research reports sent in and cast votes to select the winner. The criteria for winning are that the subject must be groundbreaking, creative, and that the person sending the report must have great potential and be under 40 years of age. That's kind of specific. Bro, you look like you're 45. All those who have won the Cavicavas prize while under the age of 40 would go on to win great renown in the Academia. That sounds awesome. Well, let's start the spec up right now. Let's hope it solves our problem. That said, please take note, Glitter, that while the Persona spike is a very impressive piece of equipment, it is also quite intricate and fragile. If it is hit while operating, or if it is submerged by dark mud, which can cause fouling, the spike will turn off automatically to prevent any further damage. Please be aware of the mud and monsters while you operate the device. Wait a second. Bro, look at all these. These are the ones that grow back. Ah! Okay. The Persona spike will continuously purify the environment while charging up. The challenge is considered a success once charging complete. So basically use your light thing as much as possible to clear out the ooze. Here we go! Found!
Stand with me! Stand clear! Absorption test!
Busted.
Okay. What do I do now? Whoa!
Animal hypostasis and lightning terrified!
Game's up.
What is up with this slime, man? Clear it.
Take it easy.
Clear the mud.
Animal test 6308. Absorption test. Stand clear. Stand with me.
Gotcha.
Ah, I got hit. I think that's bad. Ah! Recharge, recharge, recharge. Yeah.
Swirl,
No.
Out of my way!
Quiet.
Absorption
Great
test.
character, man.
Animal test 6308. Absorption test.
Busted.
So far, so good. Oh, we did it. Okay. That one was interesting. The effects are better than I thought. We recorded all the phenomena we've seen and the data we've collected, and most importantly, the dark mud was completely cleared. It's just that... Huh? Why do you look so unhappy? Is it a bad thing that the mining complex is all clean? Let me think. Well, when Kadive and I analyzed the situation previously, we believed that the opening in the ley lines through which the dark mud came should be here. I don't think that such an opening would have been this easy to clear out, so the true entry point must be elsewhere. And in that case, the affected areas also include the frontline mines. Exactly. This means that the point through which the dark mud is flowing in is in the tunnels. Such areas will be far more narrow, allowing for greater buildup of the mud, and making it easier for monsters to swarm in, thus worsening our problem. I still have full faith in the Persina spike. It is, after all, Persina's great creation. Just let me do a bit of maintenance work on it first. I'll call the miners who agreed to move the spike into the tunnels over. So we didn't find the entryway.
Tomorrow.
Alrighty, it's the next day. Where is he at now? Oh my lord, he's going deeper into the cave. Hey! Hey, it's... to how? We're back. You're just in time, Glitter. We were just discussing how to move the Persina spike in. I must say, however, that the situation is far more serious than we anticipated. This is bad. There's too much dark mud here. It's crawling with monsters attracted by the mud. We can't move the spike in. We can't find any path forward at all. We're still a long way off from the mining tunnels. Come on, we've got to try again. If it still doesn't work out, let's go back out there and grab a few more buddies to help out. I mean, am I not too the mining superstar? I can carve through a mountain with but a few swings of my pickaxe. These monsters are no match for me. Let's get moving. Bah, keep on faking. We'll see how much redder your face can get from all that coughing. Nonsense, I think I confused the voices, I don't remember. We can't process any further in. Long-term exposure to this mud will have severe consequences. A large number of monsters makes things even more dangerous. But we all saw it, didn't we? We put the machine in the mining complex, and it was cleaned up just like that. If we could just get rid of all this mud sooner. This isn't the time to be prizing speedy solutions. Whether it be in experiments or in problem solving, proceeding without preparation and proper examination is too rash. One mistake could cost lives. Our own life is of utmost importance. This is one of the basic axioms of the Academia's lab manual. As a researcher from the Academia, I can't simply stand by and allow such foolhardiness. But if we stop, who's gonna do something about all this mud? If it continues to attract these monsters, it wouldn't matter if we brought another 20 people. We wouldn't make it any headway. What? Let me think. If this really is unworkable, we could activate the spike once more over here first. Here? That's right. I just gave the dark mud emissions a once-over, and though they are faster than how they were the day before in the mining complex, this is not yet the heart of the problem. so the purification rate should be quicker than the rate at which the dark mud can flow out. These monsters in the chasm were affected by the dark mud. I suspect that they must be affected by its energies. So setting the spike up here and decreasing the mud's influence in the vicinity should also be of help to you, Glitter. If we clear the mud out, the monsters should stop congregating. Once that happens, we can try moving the spike further in. Then let's do it. You two, head back to camp and rest first. We'll have need of you later. Come on, I don't need rest yet. We just... It's not time for Mighty Superstar to lay his pickaxe down just yet. If it's clearing monsters, I can help out too. Quit the tough guy act already. I've seen this pattern of yours before. This is Glitter we're talking about. Where she gets to fixing things, there's little people like you and I have to fear. We'll leave the dark mud in this area to you, Glitter. Leave it to me, just relax. Ah yes, Glitter. This entire area is covered in mud. The situation is far worse than I thought. There are also a lot of monsters nearby. Stay on your toes. I'll take care of myself. No, I mean stay on your toes regarding the Persina spike. I have full confidence in your abilities, but less so in the awesome yet fragile spike. Please make sure that the spike makes it through unscathed. That's gonna be hard. That's gonna be hard. I have a chest up there, but I don't want to get it. I need to activate this. What is this for? Wee! Boing! This area will constantly brim over the dark mud. Once the mud covers the Persina spike, it will cause a fault that prevents the spike from unleashing shockwaves. Use blooming light to destroy oozing congregations. Yada yada yada. Okay. As you defeat all opponents within the time limit, will release shockwaves in intervals. Okay. Ah!
Busted. Here comes the catch.
This way. I'll settle this.
Gotcha.
Animal test 6301. Absorption
Yeah.
test. Our bond is strong.
I wonder if the overcharge affects it. Because I know it does like a AoE damage effect, you know? What happened to the mud, y'all? Oh, snap! Come on! Oh, okay. I cleared it. Yeah!
Enhanced animal module.
Busted.
Jesus!
Out of my way. This way. Absorption test. Animal test 6308. Absorption test.
Starting this.
Ah! Ah! Clear the spike.
Swirl. Mark 2.
Quietly now.
Animal test 6308.
Okay, cool. So far, so good. Ew, there's mud. No, 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 no. Who are you? Ow.
I'll settle this.
Busted.
Ow.
Things are about to get dicey.
Absorption test. Animal test 6308. Our bond is strong.
Did we do it? Oh my goodness. I don't know, it's okay. Nothing too crazy, you know? Whoa! What's back here? Oh? Why, thank you. We did it! My, as I should have expected of you, I suppose. Now the dark mud and monsters are gone, with minimal damage to the Persina spike. Persina? I am most glad that you were the one Kadav got to help us out. If it were anyone else, I doubt they could have solved this issue quite so handily. Well, I am pretty good at what I do. Indeed, that is plain to see. The two miners, Tu and Hao, have headed back to rest. Looks like it'll be difficult to move the spike back right away, but clearing the mud out as we go isn't a good idea either. Isn't a good idea? What do you mean? The closer we get to the area venting the mud, the more intense the rate at which it will just keep flowing out. We had to stop this problem directly at its source. Looks like we need another solution. Oh. Ah.
Many hours later.
It is the next day. You guys only moved like 20 feet. We are back. Oh my god, he's getting sick too. Fassini, are you alright? I think I must be feeling the effects myself. Must have stayed here too long while thinking about how to move the Persina spike towards the ley line rupture. It is not a big deal though. I've had some rest and I'm much better already. At the same time, I've also thought of a solution. It's just that, well, I must say that finding a way to move the Persina spec around is actually not as hard as finding excuses to extend report submission dates. What? Since the mud covers the ground, we can make it float just a little by using hot air balloons and transport the spike that way. Are we having to do another protect the transport? Ooh, that sounds like a pretty good idea. Of course, this will help us solve our dark mud problem to some extent. But in areas where it has blocked up the tunnel, we might still have trouble getting the hot air balloon through. And this is without speaking of the monsters that the mud will attract. I'm afraid that we'll have to leave such things to you. Don't worry, between Paimon and Glitter, all these monsters won't even know what hit them. I'll lend you my sword for a while, Paimon. Eh? Well, Paimon's mostly just cheering you on from the side, you know. Ha ha ha. To think that laughing is just a little would make me cough this much. Whatever the case, Tu and Hao are packing the Persina spike and getting the balloon ready. I'd have packaged the Persina spike myself, but the mere effort of standing up for a while was enough to send me into coughing fits. Hao and Barazan. Looks like I'll have to train my body as well as my academic mind in the future. Go and look for them. You got it. Hey, Tu and Hao. Not to be confused with Hu Tao. Hey, Glitter. Which one are you again? Tu. Hey, Glitter, you're just in time. We're done wrapping things up. Guess that dude from Sumeru explained how we're going to use this hot air balloon? Come on, Hosini's not some dude from Sumeru. He's here to help us with the dark mud. Couldn't you have a bit more respect? Hey, this is just a friendly form of address. Right, whatever. The balloon can be used and the purification device has also been prepared. Glitter, if you need the help of the mining superstar... Actually, never mind. I can't really help right now. At least you've got some self-awareness. Go get some rest. Whatever the case, if you want to start moving the device, just start the hot air balloon. Right up. Okay. Oh, good thing they put these here for me. I was running low. Cool. Oh my god, it is a protect the transport. Escort. Clear them out as quickly as possible. Okay. Whoa, it's going the other way. Get rid of you. Get rid of you. Ah. Oh, I just said.
Swirl, Mark 2! Out of my way!
Quiet now.
Oh. All three in one shot. Let's go. right? That there's a cooldown on this thing. Hello? Whoa!
Stand clear. Absorption test.
Game's up. Time's over.
Stand with me.
Ah! Whoa! Whoa! You?
Busted.
Okay. Cookie almost got killed there. Cue the mud. Oh! Let me do that. Whoa!
Stand clear. Absorption test. Animal test 6308. Animal hypostasis. Bond is strong. Lightning purified.
Man! Oh my god, you guys, look at all this mud. Come on, 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 come on. Save it. Save it. Hello?
Take it easy. Gotcha.
Stand clear. Stand with me.
Ah la 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 la. Ow!
Quiet now.
Eehee.
Animal test 6308. Stand clear.
Come on, yeah!
Out of my way.
Of course you would. Why wouldn't you?
Gotcha.
Kill these guys too!
Absorption test. Animal test 6308.
Bam!
Quiet now.
Whew. Give me all the light. Okay. After the casino spike has been moved to the total depth, casino arrives at the site. Well, the spike has finally been placed. According to my estimations, this should be the opening through which the ley lines are overflowing. If we can get the spike up and running here, we can affect the ley lines such as the opening can be closed. I believe that this will solve our problem for good. Shall we start now then? No, we cannot. I must perform another round of checks. We cannot afford to have another problem like the one we faced during the test run. Once the spike is ready, we'll be rid of this terrible mud and the monsters that come with it. Ganu, woo!
So much later that the old narrator got tired of waiting and they had to hire a new one.
Whoa. Why is there already one right here? No, you don't. Oh my god, it comes back. Hosseini, are you ready? You're finally back. How are your investigations going? The spike's adjustments have been completed, and I'm still a little worried, but we can only leave it in there in the tunnels. I've asked Kadive to make some medicine for Tu and Hao as well. It's all up to you now, Glitter. Initialize the spike and seal the openings through which the dark mud is gushing out. Honestly, when Kadive first came to me for help, I thought to myself that I'd just pack the spike up and head to Sumeru if things didn't work out. In any case, we've had enough experiments on the Persina spikes already, more than enough that have data that could support a full report. But Tu and Hao, if I had just left them here, they would have to deal with this dangerous dark mud for the rest of their lives. I've decided that if my research could not help them, and was only good for publishing reports, then it would not be worth very much at all. That's why I decided to find some way to stop the ley lines from spewing this mud. I must admit that coming into contact with this dark mud was something of a wake-up call for me as well. I believe in your strength, but the areas where the mud flows freely are still very dangerous, so be careful. Got it. I was talking about you. The spike can indeed decrease the effect the mud has on the monsters if deployed at the ley lines ruptures. The monsters that have been attracted thereto are just too numerous, so please, you have to take care of yourself. Okie dokie. Could this be the end? I wonder. Use the Persina spike to defeat opponents and clear the mud within the time limit to accrue score. Defeating stronger opponents will grant you more points. Okay. Got it.
Swallow, Mark 2.
Here
I should do this already. Where does it say activate?
Gotcha.
It says activate. Ow!
Absorption test. Out of my way!
Quietly now. These are about to get dicey.
Enhanced animal module 75.
Who are you guys?
Busted.
Stand clear. Absorption test. The bond is strong. Lightning, arrow.
Game's up. Time's over.
When can I activate this? When can I activate it? Hiya!
Retribution!
Dissipate.
Ow! Ugh.
Take it easy.
Animal test 6308. Absorption test. I'll settle this.
Here comes the catch. Gotcha.
Stand clear. Stand with me.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Ah! Boom! Okay. Nice. Was that it? I kind of felt a bit of a rush there, but nothing too crazy. Hey, did you see all that? How did it go? Did you manage to operate the spike successfully? Most of the dark mud is gone. Good, good. Though the Persina spike cannot seal the opening in one go, as long as it's successful once, continued operation should not be an issue. This means that it's just really a matter of time before the opening closes completely. Our problem is therefore solved. I must record this. For all I know, I may yet become a figure of some influence in the academia once the full research report on the Persina spike is submitted. I might even write it to my future memoirs. I see it now. My experiments with the preternaturally skilled glitter at the chasm. I'll be waiting eagerly for that day to come. Haha. Well, I fear I'm not hardly as good at writing stories as I am reports. I can only hope that you'll figure out any flaws in my work. Aww. Yeah, huh, that was all of them. Very nice. That was a... Hmm. Well, that was a nice little event, you know, nothing too crazy. I don't know, this one seemed kind of like, how do you say it, lackluster? I don't want to say lackluster, but yeah, it was just sort of just like the usual event, kind of. It felt like um our commissions, like daily commissions, but like in the chasm, basically. But I don't know. It was probably just like filler stuff between the updates, but still, it's an event. I got my primo, so that's all I'm happy about. Yeah, it was pretty fun to do. Pretty fast too. There was only like 5 missions, but then again, you're supposed to like wait a day for like real life days till it's like fully unlocked. But I kind of just like waited till there were like 3 days left. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.